Boom. I don't think I can. Boom. Nice. Get everyone in there. Go to some. All right. All right, let's get everyone in here. Boom. All right, I bet. Let me close this out. Perfect. Appreciate that, Andre. Awesome. Let me get everyone here from the vault. And get rolling. All right. A little bit slower start. Just had to figure everything out here. Thought I had everything ready, but there's a problem with the screen sharing. But I got it figured out. So audio is good. Everything's good. Let me get everyone inside. All right, perfect. Well, let's get into it today. Awesome. So obviously, if you went through the course content, you guys know that we obviously trade supply and demand. And make sure, while we're going here, make sure you are able to, like, subscribe, if you can, like, or at least subscribe. So when I always go live or when I have reoccurring posts, I'm going to be in the habit of posting, once a week. So would love that if you guys can do that for me. So obviously with a lot of our gapping ups into all-time highs, right? It's really looking like I want to stay away from, the big names like SPY and QQQ. I really want to stay away from them, right? We're gapping up into all-time highs, right? So really, if I'm looking at supply and demand principles, right? I know I have demand here from this gap, like we learned in the videos, right? So I really like that there, but then also, there's no supply blocking us anywhere. So we're gonna have to wait for supply to form. Okay, once supply forms, then I can start to look at, okay, potential short opportunities. But there's no way to short anything until either A, right, supply forms and we get a fast move, or we take out this demand. But then you also have to be mindful of we have demand here, right? And we have demand here, right? I'm sure if any of you guys have been shorting in the past couple of days, right, it's been hard to win, right? And that's just been a part of it. Let me get this down here in case you guys ask any questions. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, cool. About 15 members, 7 likes, perfect. And so same thing with the Qs, right? Gapping up in all-time highs, gapping up in nothing really looks too solid, right? Again, it's the same mindset, right? Okay, there's no supply, right? There's really nothing I'm able to trade. If we take this demand out, we have demand right here, we have demand down here, right? So I'm just going to be mindful of trading those kind of big names here. There are a couple things that I do want to look at with you. That's going to be Apple, BA, and AMD. Those are kind of on my watch list today. And it's really more of, okay, I'm looking for some type of lower time frame reaction here, or look, as you guys can see, if this demand gets taken out, we have a lot of room down, right? Again, I don't really want to go against the market, but if that shows, looks like a viable short opportunity. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put an alert here, see if we can get a reaction. I'm also going to play an alert down here. You know what that's going to do for me is it's going to allow me to not be glued to this chart, but it's going to allow me to see, or when that alert does go off, it's going to allow me to know that it's time to take action, right? So now I kind of have a plan with that, and I'm really just, what's up, Jordan? Really just looking for any type of opportunity to come here, whether that's buyers to step in at demand and for a push higher up into like the 200 area, right, up into this supply, or looking for sellers to push us through and play down to this demand. So same for BA. Really kind of the same thing. Let me clear my drawings here. So BA looks solid to the, really to either side, right? But it's all about, okay, are we going to form demand or form supply? So we have a little bit of a gap down here, right? So I will look at a lower time frame there. We have room down to this demand down here, right? So you're looking at a lower time frame. If we can take out these lows here, can look to short, down to demand. So looking for that, for something there, maybe a pullback or put an alert right up in here. And then for AMD, looking at this, again, gapping up, right? Gapping up. We do have some demand here. Are we in all-time highs? Yeah. So gapping up. Let me see what I like here. We are gapping up like right into this fresh supply here. So I mean, if we can get some reaction, I really just don't like. I don't think there might be enough room. I really like to see this. What I like to see, kind of a move up here again. Trap bulls pushes back lower, and we can play something like that. Could also play a move down into demand. So I'm going to put an alert kind of up here at the break of that high and look for sellers to step in, or look for buyers to step in down here. If we take that low out or this demand out, obviously you can look for shorts down here. I'm not expecting that big of a move on AMD, but we'll definitely see what happens here in a couple minutes. Definitely want to use this time as obviously live trading so you guys can see what I'm doing and learn from that, but also use it as a Q&A. So if you guys do have any questions or want me to look at anything specifically or anything that you're looking at, just post it in the YouTube chat here, and I will, as I see it, I'll get to it and pull it up. Again, a lot of my trading is very, like I don't even have to be at my screen to be trading, right? Because I just set these alerts, like now I'm done. Right now I'm simply just going to be waiting. So a lot of my, a lot of the time that I have is to help you guys. So let me know if you guys have any questions. We are kind of stopping in this here. So we did, looks like we stopped on an all-time our equal high, grab liquidity there. Let's see. The alert is going to be a visual. So if I didn't have, you'll see it pop up on TradingView here. It shows up in the top left corner or bottom left corner. If I didn't have my TradingView open, um, it would simply just um, like alert my phone, like because I have the TradingView app. This is looking pretty bearish here. That's a good sign. Welcome, Tom. Welcome, Tom. How did you find your opportunities? So, how did I find my opportunities? So, obviously, I have this watch list and I have different types of things I watch. But again, looking here, it's really just about okay, you can do scanners of gap up and gap down, things like that. I also these are stocks I watch all the time, anyways. So you just kind of get in that routine of checking them all the time. I also have like all these stocks that I watch all the time. Just don't really like anything on them, so I kind of move. So these are just stocks I watch all the time. I just moved them to this so they'd be clear, so they'd be here for you guys. But they're just again the same stocks I always watch. And again, I just focus more on large cap, blue chip stocks. That's just kind of my routine, my habit. But yeah, Boeing can definitely look solid. So we obviously have um, a gap down, seller stepping in. So if this supply can hold and we can see lower, definitely look to short that, play some puts, and then AMD, sellers definitely stepping in. Um, One thing I'm cautious about with AMD longing here, right, is if we are unable to take out this supply, what makes me think this demand will hold? So I definitely want some lower time frame confirmation, kind of that trend change. So look for new highs. But we did get that alert, and I'll also put an alert down here too, just in case. But BA is looking a little bit better. Got about 35 people. Awesome to see. Awesome to see. And again, this will be recorded, so if you guys have to step out or do anything, right, it's going to be on my YouTube, and I'll post a link to that in school in the vault. And one big thing I also want to point out, because a lot of people don't know, you can't see it on my screen, but I am only looking at regular trading hours, right? I know a lot of people early on in their trading career are going to be like hyper focused on, again, like if I just looked at it like this, you're really going to be focused on like the break of the pre-market low, like right, that's what you're going to focus on. But really, I do not use those extended trading hours. I just focus on the regular trading hours. It allows me to play supply and demand with gaps. Boeing's looking really solid. I really like this. Could have got in here, but it's looking really solid. Let me get that up. Again, I don't want to focus on giving alerts, but I do want to help you guys learn, correct ways to trade, and also I don't want you guys to be reliant on me as a trader, but I do want to help you grow and help you see kind of what I see. Let me see, but yeah, like the break here, that would tell me supplies that sellers are really strong. You could also, right, you could have got short right at open, stop above the high, you could target down to here, right? That would have been fine too. Nice little 2 hour trade. Well, let me see, but yeah, that's looking really solid. That is a pretty big move down, but yesterday we had a pretty big move too. A 4% move yesterday. So yeah, why couldn't we retrace that today? I've seen a lot of you guys put like QQQ or a SPY, SPX like chat in the school. So is that mostly what you guys are trading, or you guys kind of looking at a little bit of everything? Michael, I just saw your question. That's a good question. Yeah, I had been trading for like 3 or 4 years before I even met Jordan and went through the mentorship training. So yes, I was very familiar with trading view. I also had like the most expensive trading view that it offered, so I could have all my indicators on the chart. Now, as you can see, I literally just use volume. But yeah. And then Glenn said a few stocks, Apple, AMD, Tesla. Yeah, you know those blue chip stocks. Yeah, definitely. Let me look at what options are like. Let me actually put that. Let me put this over here so I can see my chat. Oh, perfect. I think earlier last year, I caught a Boeing swing. I don't trade Boeing that much, so I'm not really familiar with how it moves. But AMD with the gap up, right into supply. So this is kind of what I'm looking for, right? So obviously, buyer stepped in, push higher, push it to the highs, and look for sellers to push this back down. Again, look for that supply to kind of form. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So looking at Boeing, what's Apple doing? Really nothing. Chop, chop, chop. Same thing here. Like textbook trade would be right. Come down here, boom, play up to like 192. That'd be perfect. Boeing. If you're looking at options, look at the option chain. Also look at SPY. So to answer that question, I do and I don't. Okay, so I actually get for options. I'm going to use Thinkorswim, and for futures, I trade on Tradeovate, and for Tradeovate, you can also sync with TradingView. I've used Tradeovate since like 2017, and the sync with TradingView is relatively newer. It does cost like an extra $10 a month to get it synced. But in my opinion, it's worth it because now it's all up here. But again, you only trade ES and NQ on there. You can trade other stocks using like if you go here, right? You can trade other like just stocks or futures using these. You just can't trade options on TradingView. It won't work. But that's kind of what I do. It's kind of what I do there. Boeing 7-day expiration. So, but to answer your question, I use Thinkorswim for most of my trading. And then for futures, I will look at Tradeovate and sync it with TradingView. Tasty Trade's another good one. The reason I like Thinkorswim is I feel as if they have the best fills. And I also like the fact that I can truly automate my trading, which is huge for me. So an in the money put for Boeing for next Friday expiration is about $400 at the bid, 440 at the ask, 210. So that's decent. Let's see. So buy at the do about 5 contracts here. My computer's lagging out. To answer that question, Michael, yes and no. I really like. I honestly hate the desktop version of Thinkorswim. The web browser is pretty solid. It's very similar to the phone, the app. So that's why I like it. It's just very similar to that. But I typically use, if I'm at my screen, I use the web app. If I'm not, I use my phone. Short ES looks good. My computer is like lagging out, bro. Let's see. So we definitely stop on these highs and we get a push lower, right? So we, again, like I said, that formation of supply, right? So if you don't have supply, we got to wait for it to form, right? Now that sellers did step in, we kind of have that, right? We got to look at, okay, is there a trend change? That's like the next most important thing, right? Does this trend change? Or are we still up, right? We're still in that uptrend. So we want to be careful, just getting short right here, right? Because what gives me confirmation that sellers are in control, right? Still waiting on sellers to step in and show me that they're in control. Again, a big thing with probably a lot of people that struggle with trading is they're hyper focused on catching the tops and bottoms of moves. You just need to catch a little piece of it, right? Wait for that move to start to happen, wait for confirmation, and then you can get in and just catch a piece. That's what you need. That's what you need right there. All right. I need to invest in a new laptop. But definitely looking bearish here, right? That's a good sign, especially for my Apple thesis, right? Kind of looking for shorts here or longs there to push us down, and then long or from shorts here, and then BA as well. It definitely helps my thesis there. We can get a push lower. Yeah, and if you're outside of the U.S., interactive brokerage is a very good option for you if you want to look into getting options. I don't know what fees are like. The interface is pretty poor. It's in my opinion a little outdated, but solid broker. It's really a solid broker. All right. What's Q's doing? Tim, it really just helps you zoom out, right? I took a trade yesterday and I was so hyper focused on, what was happening that day. It was a short on Q's. Like I literally shorted this break here. Like I was so hyper focused on, what was happening intraday that I failed to look at what was happening on a broader spectrum, right? And so that's the important. Like that's how taking off those electronic hours or after hours pre-market, it helps you kind of really zoom out and see, oh, yeah, just because we take out this low, this pre-market low, that doesn't mean we're going to go lower, right? All that means is that we took out a pre-market low. There's probably liquidity there, right? And when you start to just zoom out and really hyper focus on more of the longer term time frame, right? Not higher time frame, not the daily chart, but the longer term time frame. Zoom out on the 1 minute or the 5 minute, you can really start to see, oh yeah, the short I took here was pretty dumb, right? It made no sense. Like nothing about this was telling me to get short other than that tiny break. Everything else was we're making higher highs and higher lows, right? Hopefully that makes sense there. And thank you for that insights. And Tom, have I ever traded crypto? Yes. I don't recommend it. I do not recommend it. I own crypto. Trading it is completely different. I do not recommend any type of trading of crypto. The stock market's manipulated already, right? Crypto market's manipulated even more. There's no regulation. So you're just constantly getting liquidated. Also, it never stops, right? So people that really struggle with the addiction of trading, what I used to, right? There's no way to get away from it, unless if you really, battle yourself mentally with the stock market, right? Okay, I know I'm in Central Time from 8:30 to 3. I have some type of opportunity. After that, I don't have to think about the market, right? However, I typically trade from 8:30 to 9:30, sometimes 10, and I'm done, right? And I'm done. Sometimes I'll be in a position for longer, but again, like I said, it's alert based, automated. I don't even think about it. Right? And that's the key. That's really the key to successful trading in general. It's being able to step away and not trade when your edge doesn't show, right? 45 members, good to see. Love to see some more getting in, but again, still waiting here. Again, let me look at like ES, see what it's doing. ES definitely dumped. Solid. So like you could have played, let me just show it. Like, so you could have played this. This would have been actually a really good trade. So look, we stop on the high here, right? We break structure here. Right. Again, don't want to get too overhooked. Break structure here. Take that trade. Stop above the high or above supply. You could target liquidity lows here, here. Like that would have been a fine. That would have been a solid trade. Would have been 16 points. You know, that would have been really good. But again, it's just about seeing that. But again, if you zoom out, right, what does it tell you? All right, we're still in that uptrend here, right? So the trend hasn't changed. You want to wait for that trend to change before you really start. Now that we have supply on the chart, right, what does that tell us? What does that tell us? If we can come back, kind of retest that supply, yeah, that would be even a better trade there, right? Target back to that low. I get a 1 to 2 hour trade. I think who said that earlier? Was it Andre? Someone said they're looking. No, Warriors for Yeshua. Yeshua, I think it is. Yeshua. Yeah, he was looking at that. Pretty solid. Ali, I saw you put that in the chat earlier. What do I think about Riot and MLGO? Let's pull those up. Boeing's not. I don't know if that's going to be solid or what. Still need that to break. Let's look at Mara. Oh no, I'm sorry. You said Riot. Let's got a higher time frame, right? So obviously, you know, if you guys aren't familiar with Riot, it is a, I believe, is a crypto mining. Just so you guys are familiar. Oh, I'm sorry. Riot is a game. Mara is a Bitcoin crypto mining company. What do I think of it? I mean, I don't know. What do you want me to think of it? I think we haven't done anything in the past 2 months. We're obviously way down from all-time highs. If I was looking to trade it, or if I was looking to invest in it, right? It's okay. What are fundamentals, right? You know, do I believe in the company? You know, what have earnings been like? If I'm looking to trade it, it's okay. What is price action telling me, right? Obviously, price action is not telling me that bulls are in control. Price is telling me that sellers are in control, right? The only true area of like, okay, I know buyers are present here has been down here, you know, around the $4 mark, right? That's the only thing really keeping us afloat is buyers above 4 hours. So big money above 4 hours, no, $4. If I really wanted to see, you know, a shift in trend on a higher time frame, right? I really need to see like us get above 20 bucks. If we can get above 20 bucks a share, okay, now I can start to think, oh yeah, we're gonna, you know, we could see. Am I on the wrong ticker? Or this? I'm on the right ticker. This is just the wrong company. I thought it was, dude. I thought it was crypto. Yeah, I'm on the right ticker, but this is what we're looking at. Dude, I freaking knew it. Yeah, it is a crypto based. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. And so again, it's about catching that P. It's not about freaking getting in here and being like hoping you're right and gambling, right? It's about waiting for price to tell you we're going to go up, wait for buyers to step in and push us up, right? And then look for, you know, that entry point and target up here. And then looking at MLGO, hopefully that makes sense for you there. Like, yeah, you could get in now and gamble, but if you actually want to plan of what to do, you know, you got to wait for buyers to step in. Again, same thing here. Like this looks more like a low cap. I've never heard of this sticker, honestly. This looks terrible. This is like a terrible chart. I guess again, it's more about, are you looking to trade? Or are you looking to invest? If you're looking to invest, what are fundamentals? What have earnings look like? Do you believe in what they're doing? If you're looking to trade, and I'm probably not touching this. I'm probably not touching this, honestly. Probably not touching it. Probably not touching it. Maybe, yeah. Came out and was listed in April of 21, didn't do anything. And then that happened, and we're back down here. Um, yeah, I would see. Did I miss the apple on? Did we get that retest? My alert not go off? So this is again. I would like to see. I would like to have seen that go a little lower. Again, I had that alert there for a reason. Um, so at this point, like, yeah, you could have. I mean, could have taken this, but really a valid stop is down here, right? That's why I was kind of looking for kind of a new low to form. Because if I put my stop here, right, what can happen? You can come down, I get stopped out, price pushes in my favor, right? So I need to wait for kind of that um, low to form before I can really get in, or I need to pull back to this low so I can have a solid risk to reward. Um, and you said, okay, so Netflix, thoughts on Netflix. Do you think, are you asking higher swing idea or, day trade type setup? Mr. Robert. Swing, okay. Um, let's look at a swing from a swing perspective. So again, it's the same principles as you learned in the school, right? Same exact principles. It's still supply and demand, market structure trend. What's a valid trend? What's a fake trend? Things like that. Obviously, we are in an uptrend, right? So that makes me want to play longs, right? But I kind of need that really fast move or that retest of a demand zone to really want to get in. Obviously, you don't want to just enter at the breakout here. As a breakout trader, it's hard to be successful. Again, you're catching tops and bottoms. Looking at this here, what I see is, okay, I just see simply, uptrend, start of downtrend, trend change. Okay. So now I'm kind of looking, okay, yeah, definitely we can see new highs and continue to see new highs. Okay. Back up into this area, right? So what I'd be seeing, what I'd be looking for is really, okay, so I know we have demand down in this area, right? Again, fast move up, right? So I know, buyers are present down in here. Um, so there's kind of two ways to play it. So the first way to play it, okay, is on a lower time frame trend change. So it would have been, you would have been in here targeting up here. Now that we kind of missed that, we kind of missed that, we can look for, acceptance above this high and then a pullback, kind of get a solid risk reward. Or even if we get acceptance up here, right, I still have, again, it's more about having a valid stop, right? Again, having a 1-to-1, 1 to 1.3 trade is a good trade, right? A lot of people are going to shoot for this, right? 1 to 10 trades, but it's not realistic, right? You need literally a 52% win rate, and you're going to be profitable with this right here, right? That's incredibly easy to do. Most of the time, most successful traders are going to have anywhere from a 60 to 70% win rate. Okay. So with a 1 to 1.35 trade, dude, you're solid. If you want to wait for a little bit more risk reward, right, you can wait for two things. Yes, I absolutely use the 50% rule on the higher time frame. So what you could do is look for this kind of pullback right into here. And that would be a point where institutions are buying. We could also, if we continue to rise up, it just keeps raising. But again, looking for that pullback, looking for it's, I like to call it that discount, right? You're looking for the position to be on sale for what you want to happen, right? Obviously, on sale, really discount is down here, right? But no one was buying Netflix at $160 a share. I promise you, because they all thought it was going to 100. Now that we know, okay, buyers are stepping in, bulls are in control, right? Now I look for, okay, what is the fair value? What is the discounted price for my position now? That's what I want to look for. So with that, it'd be, okay, if we're above this high, above, if we like, see, we've taken out this supply that we had here, we've taken out sellers. So now we look for, okay, where is a valid place to get in if I know my stop is here, right? And it really depends on what you want for a from a risk to reward standpoint. If you're fine with that, 1 to 1, 1 to 1.5, dude, you could get in now, right? You could get in now and target up here, target all time highs. Are you probably going to experience drawdown? Yeah, you probably are. So if you feel that way, okay, wait for a pullback. Okay, what's not promised is that pullback. All right, but I'd really like to see, especially with it being Friday. I mean, if I was going to get in a swing position here on Netflix and look to target up to 699 or 700 all time highs, I would probably give myself anywhere from 3 to 5 months to expiration, um, because of how long this move can take. Like this move started back in May to get up here, and that was, I love using this tool. Maybe even longer than that. All right, so get up to where we are now. Um, that took. Oh, I had the wrong thing. Sorry. Date range. So go from low to high, or from low to where we are now. It took 616 days. So like a year. Oh shoot, like a year and a half, right? So maybe even longer than that to get back up in there. I was thinking a little shorter. So you're probably looking at, that's like a leap. Right? So it's really like a leap. So you'll probably be giving yourself, 6 to 12 months till expiry there if you're really trying to swing it. And are the monthly, weekly candles used for this type of trade? Yeah, they are. They are useful, but it's like I can see the same thing on the 4 hour and I get more data. If I look at the weekly, it's maybe a little bit cleaner, but I get less data. It's like, we're above this high. And it really kind of looks the same. I just get more data on the 4 hour, right? So I have more information for what I want to look for, what I want to trade. Um, yeah, I'll leave this. This session will be posted right on my YouTube. I'll share the link. Make sure anyone that just joined or whatever, make sure you subscribe. Again, I'm gonna continue to go live on YouTube. I just think it's the easiest, and it automatically records, so it's shared for everybody. But yeah, make sure you subscribe, and so you can know when I post new videos. I have a few videos posted already. I'm going to continue to post videos. Most of them are going to be trade recaps. Um, Jordan's more of that hype guy. He's more of the hype guy with trading. I'm going to be more of the educational trade recap guy. That really helps with your learning and understanding of kind of what I do and what Jordan has taught me. So yes, it will be uploaded and recorded later. But make sure you subscribe, and if you want, like this live video. But so still nothing here on Boeing. It's just not looking solid. I bet Apple ripped, didn't it? No, it still didn't. See, it would have been like still. See, it's like really wouldn't have mattered if I would have got in. Nothing's happening. AMD with a dump. Man, that would have been solid. Oh well. Didn't really get the stop up I wanted, but we did stop up here. And again, like I said earlier, that formation of supply. I don't think so, Michael. I do not think so. I think the only way to get this cool tool is on TradingView. I don't think Thinkorswim has it. I could be wrong. I have not seen it. I don't chart on Thinkorswim, so I never mess with it. It may have it, it may not. I really don't know. Yeah, AMD would have been that would have been a solid trade, but it's okay. Did anyone trade anything? Anyone catch anything? I know a lot of people were looking at ES. Did anyone catch anything? Good question. Let me answer you. So AMD was solid, right? Because again, if you've been listening, what have I been saying? right? If we don't have supply, wait for supply to form. All right, so supply forms here, right? And what do we get, right? We get a break of that low and we get a pullback for entry, right? I don't think it would have been, you would have had to target a little bit lower, but the price action here was solid. Nope, it would have been a solid trade, right? At least 1-to-1, right? That would have been perfect. That would have been perfect. That's kind of what I was looking for when I drew it here. Obviously, I'd love to see this high get stop hunted to get even better. Again, that fair value for a short position, like I keep saying. Um, and then when we stop hunt, we basically come up here and we reverse quickly. What do? We form supply. So supply is formed. Yeah, I did want it higher. I did want it higher, but that if it doesn't play out that way, it's still valid because it's what I want to happen. It's what I want to happen. I want that. I want that low to form intraday. I want a new high to form a higher high, and I want the break of my higher, or I want my higher high to break my lower low, right? I want my high to break my low. That gives me confirmation for a trend change, especially when we're up in supply on a higher time frame. So we'll see what happens here. But yeah, now with that, don't really probably done with AMD. Boeing could still definitely play out. Could definitely play out. It'd just be an all day thing, even like I don't know. I just don't trade it that much. So I mean, this was 5 hours. Yeah, it did happen today. We did just have news, so that news could have been a fake out, like on AMD. That news spike could have been fake out. But now, right, one of my plans was long here. So good. Hey, good job on the calls there, man. Good job. Um, so one thing on this, right? Yeah, let me just erase this supply, and we have new supply here, right? And we can kind of pull back and come up in this demand. Like, yeah, I could look to play this, and in reality, this demand or this demand, if we hold, should take out this supply. I'm not going to play that though. I'm going to play up to here because I don't want to risk greed. I don't want to be greedy and risk for more, right? All I want is um, a piece of that move, right? We could go all the way up to 170, right? And go to equal or 168.21 and have equal highs there, right? But I only want to catch a piece of that. I want to play to where I am positive it's gonna occur, where the probability is the highest. Robert asks, what tool do you use on TradingView, which shows risk to reward? If you're on TradingView, you go to the side over here, right? There's all these options. If you just click on your projection tools, there's a long and short position. There's forecast, barging. I don't really use forecast too much. But you can draw your positions out just like that and kind of get an idea. You can also do your date and price range. So this is what you want to see, right? So price is coming into demand, right? We could have cut shorts. We didn't. Hey, that's okay. What we want to see is price come into demand. We want to see buyers step in. If buyers can step in, kind of take us above this high, if we bounce from demand, right? I can start to think long. I'm based in Kansas, Missouri, so central Midwest. ES had some equal highs, so that's where we're just short term. We're kind of bearish. Like we had these equal highs here, but I think we'll want to push higher. That's why I'm kind of leaning towards longs on AMD, kind of moving away from Boeing. I just don't think it's going to play out. I think we'll just chop here. Apple was obviously could have been solid. But again, kind of late to the party now, so I need to see price come back. AMD, this looks really solid. All right, this looks like an opportunity for us all. Again, I don't want to give alerts, but yeah, no way you're in Leavenworth, dude. I'm like in St. Louis area right now, but I'm moving to Kansas in a few weeks. So that's why I said Missouri, Kansas. I'm moving to Kansas in a few weeks, to the southwest side of the state. That's where I'm from. So you're at the base there. The fugitive, it would be a day trade. It would be a day trade. I typically don't swing anything over the weekend unless if it's like a legit swing trade, like 3 to 5 months or 3 to 5 weeks, more or less. But yeah, looking again on the 1 minute chart, just looking for a bounce. Again, if we don't get it here, right, we still have some demand down here. Right. Again, I always look at higher time frame zones. All right, so we still have this demand down here. So I play more higher time frame. I just posited they work better. Um, but again, it's all about the reaction. That's like the biggest thing, reaction and speed. That's why watching a chart can help you. It's reaction and speed. So one thing that's holding me off from this trade, if we get up here, is this, right? I typically don't trade lower time frame supply and demand, but we do have supply right here. Okay, it's not fresh; it has been wicked into, but it's still there, right? So if I get long here, right, even though I wouldn't, I'd wait for a pullback. I'm longing right into this supply, right? It's going to be hard for us to take that supply out, then pull back, and then rotate up. It's not going to be very likely. So basically, what I'd be playing is if we take out this supply that was formed here, we're probably also going to take out this one. You're playing that probability factor, and that's what trading is. It's like, is this trade A plus? I don't know, but no, Glenn, that's a freaking awesome trade. That's an awesome trade, honestly. Um, yeah, you could definitely take a long and short. And don't take a trade just because I'm saying that's what I'm doing. Obviously you are short and you're doing a good job. Like you're right? So that's awesome. Um, that's a really good trade, right? I was bearish too going into this morning. Again, this demand zone is not looking very strong. We are getting a volume spike, so we'll see what happens here. But again, I need this high to break before I even get long, because if I just get long here, I promise you I'm gonna get stopped out. I promise you. Um, the second option would be if we come up, kind of make a lower high, and then come back up. Right, that would be my kind of second option. But for right now, it is this high. Yeah, good job, Glenn. Good job. Any questions inside of school, inside of the vault? What have you guys found most? So obviously, everyone that's in this live is a part of the vault. What have you guys found useful so far? The most useful. Obviously, I hope it's going to be live trading. That's why I'm doing it. I think it's going to be a great idea just to help people, 100% for free. Um, Help people learn, get perspective, collaborate. Our job as a retail trader is to beat the market makers, right? So if we all work together, that's the way we're gonna do it. But outside of that, from a classroom perspective or community aspect, what has helped you the most? Robert says the 50% rule. Okay. Um, what else? What else have you guys found value in so far? This is This is my page, so you should just be able to subscribe on it. It should say like subscribe. Let me just go to it. It's like it's gonna double. Let me mute this. I already have it muted. Cool. Yeah, so make sure you go. It should say right on there um, that I'm live. Maybe. All right here. All right. Just go right here. It should say that I'm live. And it should, well, maybe it doesn't on mine, but I think right here it should say subscribe. You just hit that subscribe button for me, and then you'll always get notified when I post a video, when I'm live. Yeah, make sure you turn your alerts on too, because again, I have a few videos on here, right? And I'm gonna again, as you can see, this one just looks a little bit more professional, right? I'm working on that. You know, YouTube's a work in progress, and but the more the more action I get, the more that's going to encourage me to post good content because it takes time. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to post good content. But yeah, it should all be right here. Should all be right here. Yeah. So go on. These are going to be great. These are just additional resources for you, right? These are just additional resources for you. I go over a little bit. You guys will unlock it as you're active in the group. Um, you will unlock it here. Um, uh, More of that value area TLM. There's a webinar. There's a little bit of a PDF in here, and then again, this is just simple supply and demand, kind of what I'm looking at today on AMD. Hopefully that makes sense, Ali. And then Daniel, how often do I plan to live trade? I plan to live trade. We plan to do it weekly. So the only thing that will stop us from doing that is if people aren't attending, right? So I plan to do it weekly. I'm going to lay out a calendar. I'm planning to do it Wednesdays, okay, at market open. If that doesn't work for the group, we can adjust that. Wednesdays just work best for me, and I have a feeling as if the market moves the best on kind of in that middle of the week. The only downside to Wednesday is going to be FOMC days. Obviously, the market's typically choppy on those days. Market in the morning can provide some good options though. All right, and I like see how buyers are stepping in. So we can either be forming a lower high, or we now just formed our low. We're going to take that up. We're going to take out that high, and we can see back into demand. So we'll see what happens. Let me pull it up. Let me get some more questions here. So Robert really liked the 50% rule and using timeframes appropriately. That's one thing that I really struggled with too early on in my, especially using supply and demand. It was like, dude, I'm trading these 1 minute supply and demand zones and they keep failing. So, how do I fix that? It was using timeframes correctly. And it's all about multiple time frame analysis. Right? You are going to look at every single time frame, I promise. As you can see on mine, these are the ones I use. 1 minute, 5 minute, 15, 30, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, daily, weekly. Again, you're going to use them all. It just depends on what you're looking for. Why is this not working? AMD. Just refresh that. And then you liked Jordan's tweet. Cool. Yeah, Galena, you even said that earlier, like focus on swing trading, look at the wider picture. Love that. Yep. Able to identify true supply and demand. And again, the big reason why demand and supply zones fail is again counter trend, right? So what's the trend? It's not obviously we're in a downtrend, but if you zoom out, we're in an uptrend, right? So that's why this demand zone seems to be holding, but we'll see what happens. I love that, David. I love that. No, so we're really not focused on value area here. On TLM, there is a little bit of it, but good job, David. Yeah, I would be looking for that too. But for the vault, we're not specifically looking at that. We're looking more at just simple supply and demand. To again, our goal is to just help people learn some of the basics that we do. But good job, David. That's awesome. And awesome, Julian. I like that you like my setup. Again, I try to keep it very simple, very clean. Like I said earlier, I used to have like TradingView Plus where you could have like 20 indicators, and I would have like all 6 charts up, all with the different indicator. Like this is what my screen looked like, right? And I was just like, dude, well, I'll tell you what, I wasn't making any money. And also it was just like I was just overwhelmed, and it was just so hard. Um, but you're also welcome, Mitten. I'm glad that we can provide that for you. AMD's looking solid, bro. I really like to see a pullback form a strong low. I'll get to SPY here in just a second. So what I meant by fair value, Andre, is not like again, if you're familiar with ICT or things like that, you're familiar with fair value gaps. That's not what I meant. I meant like discounted for your position, right? So discounted for your position, right? So if I am a discount on AMD for a long term would not be right now. Well, maybe, but if you're really bullish on it, but a discount for my position is, essentially a pullback, right? I'm getting price at a fair value because the stock market's just a marketplace. I'm getting it at a fair value for my position, right? So that's what I'm going to be looking at. And hopefully that makes sense. Value area, you'll unlock, as the more active you are in the vault, you will unlock a course in there that kind of goes over the triple line method. It's just a webinar. So it kind of tells you, how it is, what it is, how to, I think it tells you how to plot your levels. So there is something in there as just a webinar, but it's a great, small account accelerator. I don't think we're doing TLM in here, at least not yet. There is, like I said, there is something in the course as you are more active that unlocks something. Yeah, like Jordan just made. Yeah, so David, Jordan caught the same AMD short as you on there, which is awesome. And make sure also, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, make sure you guys follow me on Twitter too. I'll put my Twitter link in the. Let me get to SPY here. I'll put my Twitter in the chat. Most of you guys probably follow me already though. But yeah, so like AMD looking here, right? So what I would really love, okay, is a pullback and then a break, because then my logical place to put a stop is here because it retraced 50%, formed a strong low. So that's what I would really like to see. I would really like that, but we'll see what we get. Thanks, Tom, for the follow. Love it. Oh. Yeah, we'll see what we get on AMD. Again, I really want to focus on, because I know as someone who, last course in the vault, that's kind of what I said. I know as a person that, that used to attend a lot of these, live trade, I would follow blindly everything that the person did. I don't want that to be this. I want this to be education, and I want you guys to see, okay, this is what I'm doing and kind of why. Like I'm hyper focused on education for sure. Thank you, lady. Is it Lady Teresa, Lady Tressa? Thank you for that. Happy to help. Education above all. Can't say it better. I really like that. If we can get that pullback and also like, pull back into this even better, like this demand, right? Oh my, before we break that high, ooh, it's gonna be a sweet setup, but we'll see what happens. I have nothing in place as of yet. I like that saying too. Learning curve before the equity curve. That's absolutely correct. Education first. If you can't make $10 consistently, you can't make 1,000. I promise you. So, for example, if again looking at longs here, if I am getting in longs here, again not yet, I'm not, but again I'm always going to give myself plenty of time. Right, I'm always going to buy in the money. Okay, um, my general rule of thumb: if you're the cheaper your contract is, the more you're gambling. It's kind of what I say. Um, so like on this position here, I'd probably looking at the 162s for next Friday. It's kind of my play there. But I would absolutely love if we get a pullback. Let me get to SPY while we're waiting here. Let me put this. I guess it's still this high. So let me go to SPY. Who is asking that? Carmelo. Okay, perfect. So analysis on SPY. If we're looking at a higher time frame, obviously I'm freaking happy because my long-term investments are way up. Looking at again, anything can happen. Over time, I know SPY is just going to go up, over time. So now with the current state of the economy, things like that, I don't really focus on that for long-term investments. I just every week I buy, right? I don't care what's happening. For trading, I care about what price action is doing. Right now, price action's up. It could be overextended, right? I'm not going to be chasing longs up here, right? Day trading doesn't matter, right? Day trading, I'm going to be focused more on, what's happening in the present, right? What's happening here. If we're looking for day trade opportunities, right? I mean, I see something here definitely, but it's really just about, okay, as demand forms, are we taking out highs? Are we forming new highs? Right? If so, obviously buyers are in control. Bulls are in control. If we're not, why? Like, why are we doing that? Why are we just staying in this kind of consolidation here, right? In this area of balance. Jordan has a couple videos about balance on his YouTube. I'll have some as well, but in the future. But again, in this area of balance, right? We look to see, okay, as the market moves in a balance, right? If we come out of balance, if we come back in, we should rotate. So this looks more like an area of balance more than anything, right? So a breakout, while all the people on Twitter are getting long, right? I'm going to be sitting back, kind of waiting for come back in and play the rotation down. That's what I kind of want to look for. Not that I'm bearish at all. It's just that's the way the market's going to move, right? That's the way the market moves. The market can't go up forever. It won't go down forever. So it's just about playing the probability of which way it's going to go. On an intraday spectrum for SPY, again, I'm just not touching it. I'm not going to get short here. I mean, if anything, I'm going to get short, but I would need like a break of some of these lows. And I'm not going to get long here because I don't want to buy the top. So a lot of just sitting on hands. Kind of getting what I want here. Let's see if that was 50%. Not quite 50. I don't look at VIX too much. I used to. Again, like I said, I used to freaking have 400 charts on my screen, and I would be now. I just simply look at price, action, and volume. Um, Come a long way, especially in the past year and a half. Really keep it simple. Let's look at yeah, BA is probably going to be done for. Apple it looks solid. You could potentially take this on Apple. Stop below demand here would be okay. I'd give it like a B minus setup. This kind of feels chasing um, because your real trend change occurs here or even here, right? So kind of way above that trend change. Again, it's not really that fair value like I keep talking about. But yeah, AMD is looking like it's ready to run. AMD is definitely looking solid. I mean, I think the same thing will happen with Apple. Again, it's just about that hyper or that fair value. Um, so although this is not like a logical stop in any way, it didn't retrace 50%. You could use it. Again, you could also use kind of that 5 minute demand like I had here, except your risk reward is not as good, um, but still playable. Still playable for sure. Want to be careful of a potential stop on that, but it looks pretty solid. What do you mean by that? Is there a role for market internals dealing with supply and demand? What do you mean? Bro, why is my thinkorswim lagging out? Bro, why is this not working? Oh, it's annoying. Let me try my phone. So frustrating. It should play out pretty well. And yeah, so my daily routine is I wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and I go for a 6 mile run, and then I do cold plunges on a rotation of 3 minute by 2 minute. In the 2 minute break, I do push ups and sit ups. No, I mean I do have one. Um, as I was finding profitability, I was very inconsistent with it. One of my things was because again, my big thing was discipline. So my big thing was like, so I played college sports, so I was very focused on that routine. So routine helped me. Mine was if I don't go to the gym in the morning, I can't trade that day. That was kind of my reward as I was finding consistency. Now I'm able to go to the gym after, right? I still wake up around. I have a 10 month, 11-month-old daughter, so I still wake up around like 6 or 7. But now my mornings are spent being present with family, and then I use kind of aftermarket, from like 10 to 11 as kind of my gym time. Um, but so my daily routine really just comes down to, you know, it's more about the night before. Like, did I sleep well? Right? Am I 100%? Am I healthy? Right? Um, did I have coffee? Um, did I have a solid breakfast or um, kind of activate my brain before. The biggest thing is, as part of a routine, you don't want to get caught waking up and the first thing you do is you roll out of bed and you sit in front of your computer, right? You're going to be all groggy and things like that. You want to have something where you wake up and you have a purpose. It doesn't have to be, like I said, the cold plunge, the 6 mile runs. It just needs to be something where your brain is activated outside of the stimulation that the market gives, and that's where you're going to see the most benefits. Cold exposure is insane. Tom, you're absolutely right. As again, I played college. I played college football. I was constantly in the cold tub. I can definitely tell the benefits. I was definitely more of I was a healthier. My brain was sharper doing that, right? Um, and I probably get back to that. Honestly, I probably get back to that. You can looking to buy that here soon. Get that set up. But then also, sauna and heat exposure is really good for your heart and your circulation. Like that's really good too. So my gym actually has a sauna. I think it's actually called a steam room, but I use that every day. It's insane. I definitely noticed changes to cardiovascular and circulation, things like that through that. Obviously, I think it makes your brain sharper too. Any type of cold heat exposure, especially the contrast. That's the really the move. Anyways, AMD is looking solid right now. It's looking real solid. So we'll see what happens. Um, I want to be really mindful of this supply. All right. So if we start to show some weakness, I may just look to get out break even, but like I'm only up about 6% right now. So what are the questions you guys have? I don't want these to be too long. I'm thinking about until 9:30. This is typically when I'm done trading anyways. So I'm thinking this is close to the wrap up phase. But any other questions that you guys have for me? Take that as a no. Awesome. Well, today's session was great. I hope you guys kind of hint or got understood what I was doing. Um, but yes, I do pay for so only for CME. So if you get the plus prescription or like the cheapest one, it comes with live data. Um, and but I do pay for live data with futures. It's the CME mini. It's like $5 a month. I do pay for that. And Trade Journal, yes, I use TradeZella. So TradeZella is A and B showing some weakness there, showing some rejection from supply. Should be solid though. The journal I use is TradeZella. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. It shows all your metrics, really breaks down, P&L, average risk to reward. It really allows you to zoom out and not get too focused on your daily P&L, but more your weekly, monthly P&L, or even quarterly, yearly P&L. So it's really good there. It is about $50 a month. Yeah, that's Trades Glenn. Yes, it is about $50 a month. I don't have any, affiliate codes or discount codes. I don't think they even do discounts. In my honest 100% opinion, for the way I use it, it's overpriced, truly. However, there's a bunch of features. If you were to get more in depth, if you're really trying to back test a strategy, if you're really trying to figure out ways to help yourself become profitable, it's definitely worth the $50. What I will tell you is that just because you use TradeZella is not going to fix your bad habits. It's not going to fix your bad habits. It is going to help you see what you're doing wrong, but it's not going to fix your bad habit. It will sync directly with your broker, which is really nice. So your trades will automatically upload. So that's a nice feature. But it's not going to fix you if you're a struggling trader. It's not going to change the way you continue to hold losses and continue to take profits too early. It's not going to fix that, right? But it will help you understand maybe what you're doing wrong. But yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, to kind of wrap it up today. Again, make sure you like this video. Most of you guys did. The fugitive. Wait, no, I did not. You can see my face. No, I did not enter. Yeah, I got in the 162 calls for next Friday. A little bit late now, so don't chase. But yeah, so moving forward, again, we're going to continue to meet. Make sure you like this and subscribe to my YouTube because I'm going to continue to post great content. Also, okay, if you have any aspirations about learning more about what Jordan has built in the mentorship program, okay, and see if that would be a good fit for you, just send me a DM on school. Okay, again, I can walk you through what it looks like for you and what we do to help people become profitable in 8 weeks, and have you fill out kind of a questionnaire and possibly get you like on some type of wait list or find a way to get you guys inside and make it work for you. Okay. Again, great program, great on how I learned. So make sure you like this live video. Go watch the rest of my YouTube videos. Okay. Comment what you liked on the other videos that I watched or the other videos I have. Hit me up in school if you guys have any questions about the mentorship or if you want to learn more about what we do there. And we're going to continue to get after it, continue to grind. Hopefully AMD hits my target. And again, I'll share it inside of the vault once it does. Other than that, guys, good stuff today. Good questions. Love the activeness, and I will see you guys inside the vault. Peace.